We might be on introduction part 37. We don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
No, we can't do that. Bisexual lighting.
You're listening and you have thoughts and you want to share them with us. And we love that.
Oh, sure. Put me on the spot. Why don't you?
Susie sells seashells by the seashore.
No, she doesn't.
Because it's going to be great. And I think you're going to enjoy the heck out of it. Welcome, everybody.
What happened?
We just got done talking about everybody. We just got done having this conversation. Oh, too funny. Okay, let's try this again, shall we?
Go for it.
Hey there. Welcome to Read Out Loud. No. I like that.
You know what? This rap episode is going to be us just saying, welcome to Write Out Loud.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Welcome to the podcast that you've been listening to for the last how many weeks? We are wrapping season 1, putting a pin in it. Our hearts are stopped. Life is going on from Heartstopper. Season 2 is coming soon.
That's all you need to know. Okay, good night.
Okay, good night.
Oh, God. All right. Here we go. One more time. Welcome back to Write Out Loud, the podcast all about writing and storytelling and all of the magical things that go into that. I am here, of course, with the magical, mystical, wonderful, amazing.
I had no idea when you were going to stop.
I'm just layering on the adjectives. Oh my gosh. Good as always to be back with you.
Yes.
We're putting a bow on this season, aren't we?
Yes. It's been a wonderful season.
It really has. It really has. And I know maybe you're a little tired of hearing about Heartstopper. It's okay if you are, but maybe you're not. And that's okay also. We are just saying we're bringing this part. This season was all about using Heartstopper as our way of illuminating our points, of pointing out the way that storytelling can be done in a very engaging, very real way.
Because without Heartstopper, we would not have a podcast. So for 2 years, I had on a Post-it note, Write Out Loud podcast, because I knew I wanted to call it Write Out Loud. But it wasn't until Alice Oseman gifted us with Heartstopper that there were such things that I could literally pull out from the screen. And then when I read the books from the books, that were ideal writing tools that I was like, I know exactly how I want to do the podcast. But you and I discussed very early on that Heartstopper was not going to be the end of the podcast because eventually you run out of seasons and you're done with the show. But we're never going to be done with writing. So so Heartstopper was really a way to introduce the topics and the way we're going to carry this podcast forward.
100%. So tell me what your thoughts are. I know we talked a little bit about what season 2 might bring, and it's going to be a little bit of a break in between. But what we hope to be able to bring you in season 2 is more special guests.
Yeah. And I'm going to clarify for those of you that are thinking Heartstopper season 2. No, not quite yet. We may or may not do Heartstopper season 2. It's already out there available for people to watch and you can analyze it. You can ask us questions about it. Matt and I have both already binged and watched it in its entirety. But we're going to be doing a season 2 of Write Out Loud. And what does that mean, Matt?
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit different in just the sense that it's not really going to, again, using Heartstopper as that backdrop or as the, what I would really call the streetlight, right? Like illumination. It's really going to be about the craft of writing and storytelling and meeting people who are in this industry. So we may be talking to people who are in publishing. We may be talking to people who are authors. We may be talking to people who write screenplays, whatever.
Yeah.
But the idea is that we are going to continue to explore writing and storytelling from different perspectives.
Yes. And that doesn't mean that we won't take, different ideas from different mediums. That includes books. As you said, we could interview authors and discuss how they do their books, how they write, what their styles are, what their inspiration, how they break through writer's block, all of those kinds of things. But we may also take some other written works. One of my favorite shows this past year was The Last of Us. And I have been begging to do one particular episode of that, and was lucky enough to stumble upon the actual screenplay, of which I have shared with Matt. So maybe we're going to deep dive into one particular episode with screenplay and break down some writing ideas and tools that they used, things like that. So I think it's going to be really fun, but also really different as far as exploring writing goes. This isn't, you should know already, if you've been with us this long, that, we're not going to be like a normal writing class. We're not going to be like a normal writing, podcast. We're not going to go episodic. We're going to go wherever the muse takes us.
We are, and we have, and I think we'll continue to bring the dynamic that we have to it, that we can showcase, especially with Christina's vast background in this industry, the knowledge that she brings, and her raw talent for developing stories. That's all going to stay the same. It's really just, what do we refer to? What are we using to illuminate our points? Who do we have to help us with this journey? All of that is what's coming. And I think it's really exciting.
Yeah. I think it's important to note too, that we are going to listen to what wants to talk about. So if there are topics that you want to talk about, let us know. If there are writers, if there are industry people, if you are a writer, if you are an industry person and you want to be on the podcast to talk about a specific, topic, please invite yourself on. Come let us know what it is that you want to talk about with writing and storytelling, and the differences between the two. We've talked about that quite a bit during our season 1, the differences with storytelling versus writing. We're going to continue that, of course, into season 2. But yeah, I think people are going to be pleasantly surprised at some of the guests that we have. I think that they're going to be pleasantly surprised on the direction that we go, because there's one thing that I think I've said in the past on other episodes, but I'm going to reiterate it. And that is, things change. When something pops up, we're going to try to talk about it. Just like we did with AI. That was a huge topic over the summer. And of course, we brought it right into the podcast and worked it into an episode. So if there are things going on in the industry, we're definitely going to bring, that in as well.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I think the other thing you mentioned, if somebody wants to actually be a part of the show, there is quite literally a link on the website at writeoutloudpod.com that says be a guest, and allows you to send us your information, send us your bio, send us your links, all of that stuff. And then we can have you on as a guest. And it's the easiest thing in the world. And honestly, too, if you just have something you want us to know, some little bit of wisdom about writing or storytelling that you want to share, an observation about a past episode, an observation about whatever, life, who knows? You can also head to the same website, again, writeoutloudpod.com. Click on the Leave Us a Message link, and that will allow you to record a quick little voice memo that you can send right to us, and you might hear yourself on a future episode.
I think that is...
If you want to hear yourself, you don't have to. You can say, don't play me on the show,
I'm just leaving
please.
you a message. But yeah, I was going to say, I think that is so cool that you can leave that voice message. This is why I love Matt. This is why Matt was the first person and the only person I went to do this podcast with me, not just because he's a good friend and we enjoy talking to each other, but he knows all these technical things that I have no idea how to do. When he came to the podcast and told me that we now have this recording device that people can leave us messages, I'm like, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. So yeah, leave us a message.
We would love to hear your beautiful voice. Even if you just want to share a joke, that's okay too. Or a dad joke or whatever, it's fine.
Now, those we might play on the air without your permission. If you leave us a joke, and it is actually funny,
snort.
we are going to play you.
Yeah, we probably are. We probably are, especially if it's punny.
Oh my God, a good pun.
But anyway, all to say that we have lots of opportunities for you to participate if you'd like to be a part of the show. And we would love to have you, to be honest. People love to hear us banter back and forth, but it's even better when you get somebody else to just pop in on a quick little nugget of wisdom and drop it on the way, and then off we go. So reach out, say hello. Perfect. All right.
I think that's is that long enough?
Pretty much it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Well, my dear, it has been a fantastic season with you. I'm looking forward to season 2. Looking forward to building that up bigger, badder, and better than ever. What do you think?
I'm excited. I even hesitate in taking a break. But I know that we have to catch up on a lot of different episodes, and we've got to do another organizational, meeting, getting all of these future guests that we're going to have that are already on our list. We've got to figure out when we can book them and record them and do things. So we are not taking a break because we have run out of things to talk about. We are taking a break because season 1 is done. It's in the bag. It's in the books. It's in the whatever the phrase is. And season 2 is in the plans, in the works, already in the recordings. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot to look forward to. We're not going anywhere. We are just hitting the pause button.
That's right. Season 1, stick a fork in it. It's done. All right. Thank you very much, as always. And of course, we will be back again soon. Just wait. We'll be back right before you know it. Probably even before you missed us, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to have a chance to miss us.
All right. Very good. And again, thanks so much. Thank you for listening. We really appreciate your support. Thank you for leaving a comment. Thank you for signing up to be a guest. Thank you for just listening and being you. All right. And on that note, we will say bye.
Bye.
Hey, thanks so much for listening to the podcast. We really hope that you're enjoying every bit of it, but we would love to hear your feedback. Drop us an email either to matt@writeoutloudpod.com or Christina@bookmatchmaker.com. We would love to hear your thoughts. What's working, what's not working, and what do you want to hear more of? Thanks so much. We really appreciate it.